4 will stay. Let's meet the players then. Firstly, the reigning and defending World Pool Champion from Chinese Taipei, Fong, Chao. And ladies and gentlemen, from Keighley, West Yorkshire, the World Champion of the World, Mr. Melling.
What we all say, trying to cause a big sensation.
Well, is he going to cause a big sensation? We will find out whether this man, he talks a good game, can he play one as well? These two certainly took a good game. Jim Weish, the one and only Sid Waddell.
Well, my partner is in a body cast here after that scooter ride. He's got no choice but being in the commentary box. But I can tell you one thing, Sid, is there a more confident player in Cardiff than Chris Melling? He's won the leg, and he has a chance to really put pay to the reigning world 9-ball champion, Fong Chao. He can possibly put him on the precipice of being out of this event, but he won't do it like that.
Yes, this little Yorkie, 22-year-old, is something else. They chucked away the mold. 33-mile-an-hour break, killing everybody at 8-ball. Last year, got through the group stage, did 9-2 on Petroni, and he started where he left off.
Well, he's got to try and control that adrenaline. A little over-pumped on the break-off there. And the man at the table has ice water running through his veins.
Nicknamed the cold-faced murderer, Fong Chao. 1 year ago, waltzed the final 17-6. Did for the jumping bean Paez. But Melling is on the top of the group. Pong is number 4. A defeat here by the young Yorkshireman could put Pang Chao in bother.
Well, this is a much more important match for Chao. He's really on the edge right now, and he desperately needs a win here. And what a tall order against Chris Melling, undefeated, a qualifier.
And only 22, but has had 9 1-4-7 breaks at snooker, Melling. I mean, is there anything he can't do in billiard sport?
Well, he's certainly one to watch in the world of 8-ball pool, and already on the pro tour in snooker, and fast becoming a big name on anything with 6 pockets.
And with $65 US, you could fill up a few Yorkshire pockets. The reigning champion, though.
He might have a few things to say about that, Sid. Fong Chao opens accounts here, takes the first rack against Melling. He leads 1-0 in this race to 5. He will be breaking off in rack 2, but plenty of action up top. And Ralph Souquet up against the Knight Rider, Steve Knight. And that 9 down and a narrow win for Souquet. He remains top of that group overnight.
The class acts, some of them going home on part 2 of Day of Judgment. Souquet there, Knight, Alan Hopkins, a legendary American, and Krennic at the moment above the line. And the referee's husband-to-be, Ross McInnes, in the danger zone. Michaela Tabbs, betrothed.
By 1-0.
Back to center stage. Chao off the mark. And nothing down. But he's not left Chris anything either. I noticed a lot of the players are favoring that slash break, Sid. They're not trying to hit that 1 ball dead on the nose. They're carving across it and taking the cue ball into the side cushion, taking a little pace off it. Didn't work out on this occasion, though, for Fong Chao.
Comes from the world of 8-ball as well as snooker. Chris here. An aggressive player. Ooh. What's his option here, son?
Well, right now, he can only get to the left half.
Push out.
And he is exercising the push out. He probably, this isn't a bad idea. He wants to be able to see it full because he's not leaving anything really with which to attack from. But at least now the safety option would be considerably easier. But I'll tell you what, don't underestimate the man at the table. A packed house here in Cardiff. What an arena here.
But why are they here? They're here for the skill and the fun. They're also here because there's an old Welsh proverb. Cardiff born, Cardiff bred, and when I dies, I'm Cardiff dead. There'll be 64 of them. By the time darkness, they've come to see great pool, but they've also come to see the death of some titans.
In the multi-table format, if you are just joining us, it's been going on for 4 days. This is the final day for 64. And the knockout stages will be following tomorrow. Sudden death.
Moment when the league format, 16 leagues of 8 players. So there's been a lot of sleepless nights in the hotels within a couple of miles of Cardiff Centre where these lads are staying. There's been worried men walking off to bed with Horlicks and milk.
Right now, the man holding court is the man of the moment, Fong Chao, the reigning champion. And he is putting on a clinic for Chris Melling. What a great opening shot when he sliced that 2 into the top left. Melling thought he had set the white into an area with which he was going to be back into play safe. Not so. This is the big shot right here, Sid. If he can drop on this, he's going to be reaching right over the table. If he can get back for that brown 7.
Had some immense tussles a year ago, particularly one with Altman that he won 11-9, did Chao.
And still a breath of life in this rack. There's some applause there, but he's very straight on this. A little angle, this could have been so much easier. Gonna have to force this.
To remind you, it's win at the break. So if you take a rack, get to the pack straight after. Looking ominous from Melling here. This should be a doddle. The black middle. Feather tickle. Closer the better, son. The closer the better, Fong.
He has become a legend and a celebrity back home in Chinese Taipei. And right now he is 2-0 ahead of Chris Melling, looking to move up the ladder in his group. And much to the appreciation and admiration of this packed house here in Cardiff International Arena, Fong Chao controlling things here on center stage.
On the mezzanine level, more drama. Johnny the Scorpion Archer is up there. One of the favourites for this tournament. Archer taking Jimmy Henry of NZ. 5-3. He's well in the comfort zone, is Archer.
And one of my quiet picks for the title. He's come here very quietly, Sid, and just gone through the ranks, and he looks like he's getting better and better with each day. Undefeated.
And just to notice there that Fabio Petroni, well known from the Mosconi Cup, is actually hanging in there in the top 4 of Archer's group. Melling looking to pull back from 2-zip. Archer's score line 6 from 6. Oh, lovely inside outside shot bottom right for young Chris here from Keighley, or Cayley as they sometimes pronounce it up in Yorkshire. Phew, what a shot. Oh, he's going. This is why he's top of the group. This is why he's walking around with proper pride. He's cocky, but if you talk it, you gotta walk it. This kid can.
Well, he's a great potter. He's gonna have to pull one out here on this 4-ball. Thin clip, left corner pocket. And what's more is the natural angle is going to be taking that white towards the 9, Sid, and that doesn't avail easy position to the 5.
Well, if he got that shot, he'd ping-pong Chao.
He's gone for the 9!
Oh, a psychological blow! The equivalent of David hitting Goliath right between the eyes with a slingshot.
Look at this shot. 9 to the bottom of the pocket. Melling back in with a shout. 2-1 down, but he'll be breaking off in rack number 4. There'll be plenty more 9-ball action here from Cardiff. To miss it would be foolish. Join us after the break. Welcome back to Cardiff. Fong Chao and Chris Melling right here, the main table. And Sid, the importance of this match cannot be overstated. Melling top of the table, but the danger for Fong Chao, should he lose this, is Tom Storm can leapfrog him. Fong Chao's last match would be against the Filipino Ramil Gallego, whereas Tom Storm plays the player that is yet to win a match, Alexandros from Greek. So I'll tell you, Chao does not want to have to go one more.
Melling to break, trailing by 1 rack
To go to the
2.
classics, uneasy lies the head that bears the crown. Because you never know where challengers are coming from. This lad likes Yorkshire pudding, and he's a good un. He could take the world champion.
Rushing break. Well, I'll tell you what, he's looking at the 2. Possibility 9 here. Fraught with danger, but he's coming around to have a look at it.
Is he ever? Well, you could not even Siggy Freud couldn't work out the psychological importance of if he clips down this 9 here, he would be 2 instant darts to the heart of the reigning champ.
A brave effort from Melling, but he's left half a chance at the 2 here for Fong Chao. Chris with a look of concern as he goes back to his chair.
Was it rash?
I don't think so. That was worth the shot. He had the momentum. The shot was there. It was far from easy. But you know something? If you're ever going to beat a world champion, you got to take your chances.
Said it, Jim. Well, he's certainly taken Cardiff by storm as young Melling. I don't think he's practiced much at 9-ball because he's been heavily involved with top 8-ball in the last few weeks. You've been with him, Jim.
Yes, and I'll tell you what, he was looking forward to this event too. Couldn't wait to get down to Cardiff here. A lot of players can be intimidated when they're up against the likes of Chao and Stricklands and Reyes. Chris Melling fancies it. But he also still knows that he's learning the game. He knows he's got lots of room for improvement. The ability's there. There's no doubt about that.
And as he showed last year in doing for the likes of Ortman, former world champion. And then, as I say, a crushing defeat, 17-6 of Paez in the final. Chao is ice cold, draws the ball across extra precisely.
Silky smooth stroke there, Sid. This guy's granite.
Silky style, silky eyes, built like a tango dancer. I've seen more meat on a jockey's whip. Lean and mean, the champ. Seems as though we have action on the mezzanine.
Chao deposits the 9. The road to the title goes right by him. Every player here knows it. He is 3-1 ahead of Chris Melling right now. He'll be breaking off in rack number 5.
I'm talking about this sort-out tight rack. There's an air of massive tension here, but there's a much more easy attitude towards the rack. We've often seen in the past over the years, James, at the Moscone Cup when I joined you, we've often seen players looking at the rack, checking the rack, banging the balls. They have complete confidence that this is a rack that allows no flukes.
Well, Lou Sardo developed this after years of experimenting, and obviously the rack has been one of the biggest bones of contention in 9-ball. And Mr. Sardo has solved that.
Fifth rack, Fong Chao
A genius to be
leading
sure.
by 3 racks to 1.
And right now, Chao cracks into them. A successful break off, and he's on the 1. Where's the 2?
It's just drifted into an open position near the brown. Things looking good for the reigning champ here. He's getting off the break precisely, and 1 will do.
Just slightly underhit that, Sid. Long ways between cue ball and 2. There is a pocket bottom right. Doesn't have to do anything with the white. 4 will be next.
And really is under pressure here because if he loses this, he is in a veritable stew pond of possible exit.
This is the big shot he's playing right here. If he gets positioned to the 5 from this 4, the hard work will have been done. He's taking no chances. He's leaving the long 5. He didn't want to play with that 9. Got to be careful here. He's going to be cueing very near the 6. Just wants to be careful not to touch it.
And I bet they're using some electricity right now in Chinese Taipei. A real hotbed of the sport. Given that immense boost, as Jim mentioned, when this lad won the world title 12 months ago.
Instant stardom for him as well. These players know just how important this title is. A little case of 65 grand going along with it, but the title's so meaningful, Sid.
So, 2 shots could take him to the hill. We need only 1 more rack. If these 2 go true, I can't see him missing this. He could pop this with a chopstick.
And 4-1 now in the bank for Chao. He wants just 1 more rack, and he will secure his place in the last 64. Chris Melling has to try and reply. He hasn't had many chances. Knocked in 1 terrific 9. The second, and he's 4-1 down and spent an awful lot of time in that chair.
Just to confirm, Chris's top 5 played. 5-1-10. Quinton Han, Aussie genius on 8. Gallego, a great Filipino 8. Fong Chao on 8. And as Jim explained earlier, if Fong had lost this match, he'd have been in a real tough position, give or take what happened to Storm.
Rack 6, Fong Chao to break, leading by 4 racks to 1.
Winding it up here. A little more effort put into. Got the 9 moving, Sid, but nothing down.
But the 9 only moved via deflection. It didn't move, it stays there, rock solid. That's also what the players like. No fluky movement on the 9 other than by intervening balls.
Well, the 1 is on here for Chris, but the 2 very awkwardly placed bottom right. And he's tried to force it because he knew he had to get that cue ball near the center of the table to leave the 2 on. And it cost him the 1. Softer, that ball goes down, but at that speed, no chance.
Safety beyond the red.
Another inch, and that cue ball would have been glued behind that 3. As it is, Chris can do this, and he can try and lay the same sort of shot back on Chao. Needs to get it a little harder behind the 3, and he's short of pace as well.
Well, knows that it's not a brilliant opportunity here. Is he thinking about taking it in off the blue, or is he thinking about sinking the blue? No, you pass. Perfect.
What a stroke there. And now everything awaits the 3 onto the 8, the combination that Chao will be playing next. A superb pot there, laying the foundation for what could be a victory. And there he is, the Scorpion in the wings. Defeated in this event. We'll be seeing another undefeated player taste defeat.
One thing for sure though, it's not going to dent Melling's confidence. He said he was going to beat this man here in the league, but then again he is top, is Melling, of the group, so there was no fear of being eliminated here. And he's the sort of lad to put any slip behind him when the knockout stage dawns.
Chris will gain from this invaluable experience. He hasn't played on the TV table yet in this event. Chao's seen it many times before. So you know Chris Melling will be that much tougher the next time he's out here. And Sid, don't bet against him being out here again soon.
This then for the match, and you need a sigh of relief because it'll cement his place above the line. Chao, Bambino! Chao does a number on Melling, and he doesn't see him smile that much. Relief as the champ does the business.
Well, it was a terrific effort that from Chao. He's the champion for that very reason. There'll be tons more 9-ball action. Stay with us. We'll be back right after the break.
So there you have it, Fong Pang Chao, Chinese Taipei. He's going great guns now, really needed that win. A plucky performance from Chris Melling. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more of him as this championship goes on. This is the effect it's had on the table. Fong Pang Chao actually is top of the table right now.